Hi everyone, and welcome to our September news briefing. First up this month, we have news from the APAC region.
ACMA Australia have issued a notification of a new draft low interference potential devices class licence variation. This is a proposed update to the LIPD class licence of 2015, and they are inviting comments on the proposed changes before the 27th of October this year. In brief, the proposed updates consider new arrangements for wireless broadband in the 24.25 to 25.1 GHz bands, IoT devices in the 928 to 935 MHz and VHF high bands, radio determination devices in the 10.5 to 10.55 GHz bands. Other minor updates are included for consideration, such as item 30 for wireless audio transmitters, the addition of ETSI EN301840 to be listed. Item 45, radio frequency identification transmitters, updated to include type A, B and D RFI devices, as well as the currently allowed type C. And a minor update to reference standard ISO IEC 18006.C to include the full family of that standard. Full information on the provisions and technical details of the proposed changes can be found on the link attached to this video.
And in China, CNCA have published a notice confirming the addition of a new EMC standard for 5G mobile user terminals. With immediate effect, certification bodies will be required to implement CCC certification for such devices in accordance with the newly added requirements. 5G mobile user terminals having obtained CCC certification previously under the requirements of 4G must be updated. Applicants must submit a supplementary test application based on YDT2583 to the designated certification body and update the existing CCC certificate. Existing certificates must be updated before June the 30th, 2021. After this date, certificates which have not been updated will be cancelled.
In India, the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, or MEIT, recently published a notification extending the date by which Phase 4 products require mandatory BIS safety certification to the 1st of April 2021. Phase 4 products include devices such as wired keyboards, wireless headphones, earphones and music systems. If you would like a full product list, or if you have any questions on this, then please drop us an email.
Moving on now to news from the LATAM region, Argentine regulator ENECOM have extended the validity of approvals yet again due to the ongoing impact of COVID-19. Publication of Resolution 771/2020 extends the validity of certificates, registrations and licences for 60 calendar days. This resolution applies to any certificates that expire between the 16th of March 2020 and the 17th of November 2020. This means that manufacturers with approvals due to expire during this period have an additional 60 days in order to complete the type approval renewal process. Similarly, Brazil's Anatel have also extended the validity of their temporary streamlined renewal process. Any certificates due to expire up to the 31st of December this year can be renewed without the need for additional testing, as long as the devices have not been subject to any modifications since the certificates were issued.
Also from Brazil, Anatel have issued Act 4776, amending Act number 14448 concerning the technical requirements for the conformity assessment of restricted radiation radio communications equipment. The new acts can be found on the links to this video.
And finally, Mexico's regulator, IFT, have published their roadmap for 2020 to 2024. Questions and comments from interested parties are invited via email up until the 12th of October.
So this month's news from the EMEA region. First up, Botswana regulator BOCRA have issued a public notice confirming the cessation of renewal of type approval certificates. Effective as of the 30th of July 2020, BOCRA will issue type approval certificates that are valid indefinitely. All manufacturers with existing approval certificates with an expiry date must apply for renewal as scheduled, with the request to be made 3 months prior to expiry. The renewed certificates will then be issued with permanent validity. Any changes made to the equipment will, however, necessitate a new approval certificate.
And in Russia, the Federal Communication Agency, so that's FAC, recently published an updated regulation allowing 6 GHz Wi-Fi products, so 802.11ax, to be certified and used in Russia. The regulation permits Wi-Fi products to now operate up to 6,425 MHz. If you wish to receive a copy of the regulation, please do let us know.
In the United Arab Emirates, on the 15th of September 2020, Telecommunications Regulatory Authority TRA announced the allocation of new frequency band that allows UAE telecom operators to expand the application of 5G. With this development, the UAE has taken a new step towards comprehensive implementation of 5G, which is a key enabler of smart cities and the application of the fourth industrial revolution. Frequencies in the millimetre wave range between 24.25 to 27.5 GHz have been allocated to the development of 5G networks, which strengthens UAE's leading position in the region as the first in the Middle East and North Africa to allocate this range. This will help the deployment and use of 5G, which will support various sectors and institutions in their endeavour to use emerging technologies and their various applications, such as self-driving cars, robots, smart industry, big data, and the Internet of Things. The band will be allocated in two phases based on the equipment's availability. The first phase for September 2020, in which the frequency band 26.5 to 27.5 was allocated to the operators. The second phase will start in the third quarter of 2021, through which 1 GHz will be allocated per operator in the 25.5 to 27.5 GHz range. The new 1 GHz bandwidth will provide each of the mobile operators with an opportunity to enhance and develop wireless broadband services using 5G technologies in terms of speed and data volume compared to 4G. It will also provide other additional features such as higher rates of transfer data per second and enhanced communications capacity per square kilometre, while ensuring the quality of services and increasing performance efficiency compared to previous generations.
And finally, the United Kingdom have officially introduced UKCA conformity marking as a replacement for CE marking, which becomes effective on the 1st of January 2021 with a one-year transition period. We will be posting a separate video to run through the new requirements in detail, so do look out for this. However, in brief, the UKCA marking requirement comes into force from the 1st of January 2021, with technical requirements, conformity assessment procedures and standards mostly analogous to the current CE marking requirements. As I said, watch out for the video that we will be releasing here soon.
That's all for this month. Please check out the links to the video for the reference points for the content. And if you have any questions, then please get in touch.